What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a very entertaining episode of Friday Night SmackDown. What did you think of the show, Matthew?
The show dragged, but not in a bad way. All right. I honestly thought the show was great. I think this is one of the better SmackDowns that we've seen, probably in quite a few weeks, especially coming off of Elimination Chamber 2. Um, I think we needed some answers on, where we're at with WrestleMania. All right. Like, what's going on with Bray Wyatt? What's going on with Bobby Lashley? What's going on with Gunther? What's going on with Brock Lesnar? Right. What's going down? All right. So we had a pretty good show. Braun Strowman, Ricochet, and Madcap Moss finding themselves. Actually, it was a six-man tag team match. Those three against Imperium, Giovanni Vinci, Ludwig Kaiser, and of course, Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Good match. Really, really good match. Okay. Drew McIntyre comes out basically three-quarters way throughout the match, just kind of staring daggers into Gunther. Okay, this caught a lot of people off guard. Is Drew McIntyre going to be the next challenger for Gunther? And especially in, I think, Madison Square Garden on the road to WrestleMania, they're having like a battle royale, something like that. Winner faces Gunther at WrestleMania. If it's Drew McIntyre, that would be incredible. All right, but let's get through this match. I think number one, having Madcap Moss in there with Ricochet and Braun Strowman was the right call, especially him losing that Intercontinental Championship match against Gunther. I think it was a week or so ago. So even though the faces took the loss, which is the right call, Imperium took the W. I think it was a good call. It didn't make Braun Strowman and Ricochet look too weak. It made Gunther look strong, and that's what he needs. But before the segment ends, match ends, Viking Raiders actually come out attacking Drew McIntyre as Drew McIntyre was about to storm the ring like he was going to fight Gunther or something. Viking Raiders come out, attack Drew McIntyre, and then Sheamus makes the save, attacking the Viking Raiders, and then Strowman bowls over Eric with what is it, the Strowman Express and Ivar before all the baby faces in the ring stood tall. Even though the baby faces took the loss, they looked strong in the end, even though after the match, which I think this is awesome storytelling. And I think this is just the beginning of Drew McIntyre's incredible, hopefully, Intercontinental Championship reign.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a great build up towards WrestleMania. A
Mm.
phenomenal way to start off the show. Great storytelling, like you said. It was just booked properly with the heels taking the win. Gunther looking strong heading into WrestleMania as we are now on the road to WrestleMania. And we had all the faces look strong at the end as they took out the Viking Raiders. So, you know what? Got the crowd on their feet. Exactly what you want to see to start off the show.
It had the crowd on their feet. I'm not going to say this crowd was horrible, but I mean, I think we've seen better crowds. This crowd
Absolutely.
was they were kind of dead throughout the night. LA Knight is out next. Quick promo, basically saying he doesn't really have any WrestleMania plans and he doesn't care to, but LA needs LA Knight for WrestleMania, and I completely agree. I was hoping for somebody who would possibly challenge LA Knight at Mania to come out. Rather, it was Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, kind of smack talk from the team, the New Day, the Nerd Day, or whatever LA Knight called them. This guy's
So fun.
phenomenal on the mic, just nonetheless.
He's so great.
Actually, I think he got into the New Day skin a little bit, and LA Knight, man, he can, he could sell about anything. Challenging Kofi Kingston to a match, great match nonetheless, banger after banger with SmackDown. Stunning LA Knight with the trademark trombone. It was so funny. So Kofi Kingston in the ring, Xavier Woods outside the ring, running over the steps with the trombone as LA Knight's on the top apron about to jump off onto Kofi Kingston. Scares LA Knight. Kofi Kingston with the Trouble in Paradise to score the win. I think it was phenomenally executed. Didn't make LA Knight look too weak, but he's kind of fallen off the rails a little bit towards WrestleMania. They got to find something for him, and hopefully quick.
Let me talk to you. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It was a great match. I wouldn't mind seeing them run this back. Kofi Kingston just works phenomenal with anybody that he's put in the ring with. And LA Knight, man, he's just so great on the mic. He could honestly be a manager to somebody, but he also works very well in the ring. So I hope he's got some good plans for WrestleMania for sure.
I hope so too. Speaking of plans for WrestleMania, let's talk about Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair's long-awaited face-to-face encounter.
This got me
All
pumped
right.
up.
Yeah, it got me pumped up. All right. So Charlotte Flair in the ring, Rhea Ripley come down. All right, Rhea Ripley doesn't come down. It's Dominic Mysterio instead. Mysterio cutting a promo about how Rey Mysterio, his deadbeat dad, messed him up. And when Flair threatened to get physical with Dominic, Ripley finally comes out making her appearance. Just a quick stare down. That was that. Dominic kind of held her back. I felt there could have been more things. I don't think we even needed Dominic. But you know, I see what they're trying to do there. Made me not even excited for WrestleMania. And you know what? They still have a few more weeks to build up. So I think they're trying to do it slowly. Because they don't want to burn it out. You know what I mean? They want to do it slowly because they still have a few more weeks to keep these same storylines going. It's like they can't stop them. You know what I mean? But you know, Rhea Ripley, I think she's going to beat the holy heck out of Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't get much in the way of a face-off. I don't know if it was just me, but I was really hoping that Charlotte put Dominic in the figure
Mm.
eight. That would have been hilarious.
Oh,
But
I think everybody was waiting for that.
I think it's going to be a great match at WrestleMania nonetheless. And I do see a new women's champion on SmackDown, Rhea Ripley, getting that title at WrestleMania.
I hope so.
Me
Putting
too.
Dominic in a figure eight, the whole crowd would love it.
I
Let's
hope.
move next. Natalia versus Shayna Baszler. Ronda Rousey in Baszler's side. I think we had Tegan Knox in Natalia's corner tonight too. There's just it's just not doing it for me.
Absolutely not.
Really, really not. The match was short. Thank gosh. Okay. Just I just want to go over it. Baszler defeats Natalia. Um, it is what it is. Rousey says something weird to Tegan Knox, like taste the rainbow. You're gonna taste the rainbow next week, or something like that. The crowd wasn't into it, and it was so awkward.
Oh man, I really don't know what they're trying to go with here. If they're trying to build up the women's tag team division, this is certainly not the way to do it. It just seemed awkward. They didn't work well in the ring together, and it was just like
Nah.
it was a filler match for sure. And that's not what you want to see with Ronda Rousey in there for sure.
Yep. I don't know. It just nah, not again, man. Please.
Moving forward, though,
Oh, please. Moving forward, Firefly Funhouse. We saw a few things here, especially a tease with Bobby Lashley. I'm not sure if we could see Bobby and Bray at WrestleMania.
phenomenal match.
Not that would be a banger, but I'd rather see Brock. But we that's for a whole nother video. Basically, this Firefly Funhouse is very weird to explain. It gets weirder and weirder. Bray Wyatt mocking basically the news, Uncle Howdy delivering a weather forecast, the door to Firefly Funhouse open, Wyatt asking Ramblin' Rabbit who opened the door, asking everybody if they can keep a secret as the Firefly Funhouse concludes. A woman was screaming for help as the door was open. Everybody thought maybe it's Alexa Bliss. I don't think it was. It didn't sound like her at all. But just a lot of questions. I couldn't really wrap my head around it. Just weird. Basically, Bray asking everybody if we can keep a secret. Not sure what that means.
Yeah, certainly a lot more questions than answers for sure. If
Mm,
this builds up to a great match with him at WrestleMania, I'm all for it. You know what? If it's Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, or someone that we don't even
right.
have an idea who it's going to be yet, you know what? It's just going to be one hell of a match because Bray's just one hell of a character, man. And
Mm,
it's just, I'm really excited to see him take a step up in competition and hopefully make his way to a championship in the future.
yep. I think so. Let's talk about in the future what we have next. I think it's slowly leading up to a perfect in the future matchup. So Kieran Cross versus Rey Mysterio one more time. What actually happens here? Rey Mysterio was going for a 619. Charlotte jumps on the ropes, distracts Rey Mysterio, falls into the ring, causes another distraction by Rey. Interference from Dominic, who just runs outside the ring out of nowhere. I didn't even know he was there till like last second. Just completely just Dominic had no idea, or Rey Mysterio had no idea. Kieran Cross throws Rey Mysterio into a cross jack, I believe, with a victory. Kieran Cross needed this win nonetheless, but after the match, Dominic repeatedly trash talking Rey Mysterio, called him a deadbeat dad, nonetheless, like he's always been doing, pushing him, saying, "Come on, do it, hit me, hit me." I don't know, man. Do you think he didn't end up hitting him, but do you think it's going to happen?
I think we're going to see father versus son at
Mm,
WrestleMania. They're slowly starting that build up. I think it was a great step in the right direction. And Dominic has got really a lot to prove if he's going to face his old man at WrestleMania. I think Ray's going to put his foot right in his mouth and show Ray that he's still top dog of the family.
You think so? I don't know, man. Even Santos Escobar, with the respect on Rey Mysterio, we've been seeing the past 2 weeks on SmackDown. Maybe we could even see Rey Mysterio and Escobar versus Dominic and a part of the Judgment Day. Not really sure. I'd rather see Dominic solo with Rey if they're building this towards WrestleMania. Nonetheless, our main event, perfect promo closing out the show with the Bloodline, undisputed W Tag Team Champion Jimmy Uso hit the ring for a nice closing promo, basically telling Jey Uso to get his ass down to the ring. They got some talking to do. Instead, Sami Zayn, I think, enters the ring. Frolically, the crowd wasn't really into it, man. They really weren't. Sami Zayn came from the crowd dressed in all black. Everybody knew it was him. Crowd popped a little bit, nothing crazy. Basically engaging Jimmy back and forth, saying how they used to be dogs. They used to be there for each other. That's no longer the case. Jimmy blames Sami Zayn for dismissal from the Bloodline. But what actually happened is Jey Uso appears. Things kind of turn physical. Jey Uso is on the top of the arena. Jimmy Uso attacks Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn goes for a haluva kick, actually hits it as Jey Uso heads down towards the ring. He doesn't actually jump the barricade. He sits behind the barricade with the WWE Universe. Sami Zayn actually leaves the ring as Solo Sikoa comes to make the save to his brother Jimmy. Jey Uso is a little distraught. Sami Zayn and Jey look at each other, but Jey Uso just kind of Sami Zayn heads apart from Jey Uso. Could we slowly see Jimmy Uso maybe join Way? I don't know, but it was perfectly executed, phenomenal promo, better showing with Sami Zayn. I mean, I don't know. Roman Reigns on SmackDown next week. If Jimmy couldn't handle things tonight, Roman's going to be there, and it's going to happen. Someone's going to pay.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? I love that they're keeping Sami Zayn still at the top of the card, even though he lost at Elimination Chamber to Roman.
Oh, absolutely.
It's keeping us on our toes. Like you said, is Jimmy going to leave the Bloodline? Is the Bloodline still going to fall apart? We got so many questions, and it's just such a great build towards WrestleMania. I'm here for it. Triple H doing a phenomenal job, and we'll just have to wait and see what we get on SmackDown next week with Roman showing up.
I think all hell's going to break loose, to be honest with you. They're going to find ways to slowly keep breaking and keep cracking the bloodline, but they still got a few more weeks to tell these stories out and keep them going. So let's hope for the best. Hopefully nobody gets too hurt on SmackDown next week by the hands of Roman Reigns.
The Tribal Chief, there's going to be hell to pay, man. One thing's for sure, we will have it covered for you guys next week with another episode of KozMatt's Friday Night SmackDown recap. Let us know what you guys thought about tonight's show. Always like, comment, subscribe, and we will have a NASCAR race recap for you Sunday as well. And Matt and I will see you Tuesday for a Monday Night Raw recap.
I got the butterflies, man. We're on the road to WrestleMania. I'm pumped.
Here we go, man. Peace out.
Peace.
This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.